the food babe, really the brains behind RFK Jr. Here on the Department of Health and Human Services, faced 2 days of intense hearings. Our next guest was front and center, kind of behind him. She made it her life's work to change America's food supply. And she joins us now, back again, the food babe, Vani Hari. Vani, I know how much this means to you. I know he represents the movement, I would argue, that you founded. How did he do?
He did phenomenal. He held his own in that hearing. You know, the whole purpose of confirmation hearings is to grill the person really hard and to uphold your special interests. Big pharma, big food, big ag, according to these senators that were, grilling him. Also, the political parties, right? Like the fact that this line of questioning was down political lines is really disgusting to someone like me, because I'm coming at this from a bipartisan perspective. Human health is not a partisan issue. Poison is not partisan. We are being decimated in terms of our health outcomes here in the United States. We spend the most on health care. However, we have the worst health outcomes. There's a larger elephant in the room that day that was not being addressed, which was really disheartening to me, which is the fact that we have the most highest rates of chronic obesity, diabetes, and heart disease in this country. We have over 80% or close to 80% of Americans being obese. We have 40% of teenagers have anxiety or depression. We have 38% of preteens being pre-diabetic. That is unacceptable. And it should be every senator in that room's mission to reverse the chronic disease epidemic in America right now. And the man to do the job is Robert F. Kennedy Jr., because he wants to root out the corruption that has led to this happening. There's been 25 Health and Human Services secretaries over the last, since they existed. The fact that they have had an utter failure with our chronic disease rates is an issue, and it is something that has to be addressed. We need fundamental reform in that agency, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. brings that.
Well, he packed the place. You packed the place. There was a lot of moms there. Not a Republican or Democrat. There were moms there. This is bigger than politics, the Maha movement. Tell me about that meeting, because I saw Senator Tuberville say, I've never been in a hearing room that was crowded. Packed. Xavier Becerra, there was nobody there. He never even showed up for work. He stayed out in California. Bring us inside that room.
Well, what's so beautiful is I was surrounded by people that not only care about their family, but they're willing to fight for their family. They're willing to call their senators and ask for this confirmation. And what Robert F. Kennedy Jr. represents to us is our voice. Moms, for so long, we have been ignored. I took over 400,000 signatures to Kellogg's headquarters telling them that we want the same safer ingredients you sell to virtually every other country. They ignored us. They told us to get off their lawn. And you know what Robert F. Kennedy Jr. did after that? He said, you know what? That's the first thing I'm going to address. And that is what we need, is someone, a politician, our elected officials, someone to go to bat for the American people and be our voice. And we were there cheering for him and supporting him, because he is taking our issues to the highest levels of government and talking about it in such a way that we're actually looking at real reform. You saw the Red 3 die ban that just happened. It was because of this movement that allowed leaders to finally get up, and put special interests aside and get real reform done in our food system.
What's so interesting is that RFK saw what you guys were doing. He got on board and led. And then Trump saw what RFK was doing and saying, I want you aboard. And if you come aboard here, I'm not going to forget you after I'm elected. And so far, everyone's fulfilling their dream and their goal. It's up to get confirmation to get you across the goal line. Do you believe that he's going to get confirmed? Just your gut and for what people have told you?
It will be a fundamental, life-changing decision for every senator who votes no on that confirmation hearing day, because this is a no against public health. This is a no against the future of America and our children and the next generation. You need to vote yes, because this represents what we need in this country: bipartisan unity to solve chronic disease.
Right. I saw Hickenlooper start to, I think that he's considering doing it from the left. And I think Cassidy's on the shelf, and hopefully they have a good conversation this weekend. And he gets that yes, because I would love to see him running that committee. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. And you should be congratulated for all the work you've done for the American family. Vani Hari, thanks so much. Meanwhile,